So I just read this email from a subscriber. They said, "Dear Douglas, I love your videos. I watch them all. You seem to have an answer for every question. I have one question even you don't have an answer for." And here's their question. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I love all of you subscribers. I just love you all. We're a community. And you know what? Challenge accepted. Check this out. We've all heard that quirky little tongue twister, haven't we? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It's one of those playful phrases that seems simple on the surface, but leaves us chuckling and maybe even a little bit puzzled. It's a fun mental exercise, but what if we looked at it from a different perspective? What if this tongue twister, with all its rhythmic repetition, held a deeper message about our potential, our limits, and our ability to rise above them? Now, the woodchuck, after all, isn't supposed to chuck wood. It's not in its job description, right? And yet, this question dares us to imagine a world where even the impossible becomes possible. What can this little woodland creature teach us about embracing challenges and redefining our capabilities? Let's dive into that thought and discover the powerful lesson hidden in these playful words. Now, imagine for a moment that you're a woodchuck, standing on the edge of a forest, looking at all the trees around you. The world tells you that woodchucks can't chuck wood. It's not in your nature, they say. But what if, just what if, you could? The question isn't about how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if it could chuck wood. The question is about your potential, your capabilities, and how far you're willing to go to defy expectations and redefine what's possible. You see, the woodchuck represents all of us. We all have moments where we feel limited by our circumstances, but what others think we're capable of, or even by our own self-doubt, it's not the deal. You see, what if we stopped letting those limitations define us? What if instead we decided to chuck wood, to take on challenges that seem impossible, to do what others say we cannot, and strive for greatness? Think of that 700 pounds of wood. It's a hefty goal, one that seems absurd at first glance, but it's not about the weight or the wood. It's about the effort, the persistence, and the refusal to be limited by what the world expects of you. So, when faced with a daunting task, remember the woodchuck. It wasn't born to chuck wood, but what if it tried? What if you tried? The world might just be surprised at what you can achieve. So, the next time you come across a challenge that seems insurmountable, remember the woodchuck and its curious dilemma. Take that playful question as your own. How much can you chuck? How much can you push past the boundaries that have been set for you? How far can you go when you refuse to let limitations, whether self-imposed or set by others, hold you back? And you know, the truth is, each of us has untapped potential, just waiting to be unleashed. We are all capable of more than we think, more than the world expects. So take your first step. Begin to chuck your own metaphorical wood, one log at a time. You might just find that what seemed impossible is well within your reach. And in the end, it's not about whether a woodchuck can chuck wood. It's about whether you believe you can achieve the extraordinary. And when you do, the world will see just how much you are capable of. Go ahead, unleash the woodchuck within, and start chucking your way to greatness today. I care about you, friends. I think you're amazing. So I think I met your challenge, my friend. Have a beautiful day. I care about you. I think you're great, and I'll be back tomorrow.